Wow, since I've been here on the good old Book of Face. But I want to thank everybody who's watching or will watch later. I was supposed to be on here last week. It's been a lot of shit this week. For the most part, good. 99% good. No complaints at all. Um, but I wanted to come on here today and talk to y'all about something. You know, as you get older, you you start to realize what's important and what's not important. And as much as we all like to make money, you have to have money in order to survive in this world, in order to eat, in order to pay your bills and keep your lights on. You have to get paid. So I understand. But there also comes a time in your life where the money ain't the priority anymore. What's the priority is doing things you want to do. Um, Enjoying the latter years of your life or the second half of your life, um, just having fun or at least doing things you enjoy. Um, and that's where I am right now. So when it comes to this, Rip Radio, I've been doing Rip Radio, the show slash network, since 2006. I've told y'all the story. I'm not going to go through it all again. Um, we were a network from 2010 to about 2022. Then I made the transition down here to Florida, and kind of changed with the times a little bit in terms of less of a studio and more of a show. And to be truthful, a lot of people who are doing these, I hate the word podcast, but I'm going to use it today just so people can know what I'm talking about. Most people do their shows or podcasts from their home studio or from their home or wherever. Most people. And that's the shift that it's going now. You get your equipment, you make sure you invest in yourself, you get your equipment, you make sure you sound good, number one, and then number two, you make sure you look decent. The sound is always more important than the look, period. Once you master the sound, you can work on the look. Um, a lot of people I see, and I see a lot of people who come into podcasting or online radio and just do it because they got a microphone and they got some equipment. And y'all know, you know I ain't playing. These are some of the most boring motherfuckers who ever picked up a mic. But because they can, they will. And for those of us who've been doing it for a while, or if you're interested in doing it, as I told you before, I don't care if your show is about death. You got to be entertaining. It's more about the personality than about what the show. How entertaining are you? So, with all that said, you got to change with the times, and that's what I'm doing. So from now on, Rip Radio Network or Rip TV, we're going to be offering. I'm going to be offering my services to help anybody out who is either already in the game, the podcasting or radio game, or who is interested in getting into it. I'm going to do everything I can to help promote your show. Hell, if you need, produce your show. And we live in 2025, so I can produce your show from. You can be in Kansas, and I can produce your show from here. That's no problem. If you're local, I can come to you and produce the show. So I'm going to tell you everything from now on, from here on, of what the services that I will be offering and that can help you with the experience I have and the way I play the game and the way I approach radio or podcasting, whatever you want to call it, because I approach it a completely different way than a lot of people. So this is what I'm going to, for those of you who want to get into podcasting or want to get into radio, you do that. Your brand, and for those of you who are already in and need that extra kick or that extra promotion or that extra whatever it is you need from me, whether it's production quality, whether it's just some advice, whether you need equipment and you're local and you want me to actually come to you and produce the show, I can do that. Here's the thing. I'm not asking for a dime. You see, if I come to you and I bring my equipment, we can talk about that, but I'm not busting nobody's head. But for the most part, I just want to see you bring your show up to that next level. Because I've come across people, and I've done interviews now. I've come across people, and I'm like, man, they if they did a show, it would be fire. You know what I'm saying? And then I come from people, I have people on who get in front of the microphone and completely freeze up. And that's okay. This is not their thing. That's cool. Then I have people who come on the microphone first time. Maybe I've done a couple of interviews. First time, a little shaky. Second time, they're pros at this. So this is personality first, everything else after that. So let me get into the actual details of what I'm going to offer and the services that I want to help y'all with. If you're already established, and if you leave any comments while I'm live, I will check them out and I will post them. Trying to see where my comments. Okay, here we go. So, if you're already established and you have a podcast and a show and you just want that extra production quality or that extra help or whatever, you don't change anything about what you're doing. I'm not asking to give me your show is mine. I'm not asking that. Everything you're doing now remains the same. If you're on YouTube, YouTube is the same. If you're on wherever you are, any platform you are, you stay, nothing changes with that. If you're making money from it, I don't want none of it. Nothing changes with it. So what you're doing independent, nothing changes. I will help you market your show. I will help you promote your show, graphics for the show. My only request from you is that just be ready. Just be ready. When it comes to this, it can be lucrative. It can be rewarding. It can be whatever you want it to be. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight, but I know people in the game from my old network been doing this since as long as I've been doing this, 2010 for the network. So I know people who've been doing this for a while. And when it comes to technical stuff, I'm very, like you can see right here, shit happens. I am very detailed when it comes to it. Shit still happens, but when it comes to the details of a show, I'm very detailed. As you can see right here, see what side? Right here, this was the show we did last week up in DC, the download. Me and my former co-host Sandra had a little reunion show. We had people come by. That thing was, we had a ball. So, but anyway, nothing changes with you. What I ask is that if we're going to promote your show and we're going to help your show, is that I do want to show it on my station, show it on my channel, clip it up, send people your way. You go to our Facebook page, we have over 11,000 followers. Our Instagram page, we have over close to 5,300 followers. Our Twitter page, 4,000. And we had more than that, but we neglected it for a while. So we can get more eyeballs on what you do. People are like, okay, what are you getting out of this? I'm getting the satisfaction of helping a show become successful or more successful than it already is. That's what I'm getting out of it. So you want to know the catch? That's the catch. That's it. I'm at the point now I want to help people, but I want to help people in a field that I have a passion for. I can't help you when it comes to cooking because I don't know shit about that. I can cook, but I can't tell you how to put a recipe together. I can't do that. I can't tell you how to play football, run some plays. That's not my field. I can tell you how to do this because I've won awards for it. I know what I'm doing. I know how to create and build stars. Basically, that's no bullshit. I have an eye for talent. I know somebody is going to blow up when I see them. After a few minutes, I know if you got it or not. Period. So you're going to get more eyes and ears on your show. We will broadcast you live on our TikTok. We will broadcast you live on our Instagram. We will broadcast you live on our Twitter or X. And we will replay your show on our YouTube. Every single one will be directing people back to you as well. So you're going to get more eyes and ears on your show or your podcast. Out of town, doesn't matter. We can help you with that. And I'm not talking through StreamYard. We have a totally different technical thing that I do now. So we're not talking about that. There's nothing wrong. If you have StreamYard, that's good. Keep doing it. We'll still help you out. But in terms of coming to us for the original product service, it won't be through that. It'd be through something else. Also, here's another thing that you can tap into. I have access to media to different events. I can submit for passes and get you media passes to events in your area, or if there's a particular event. I know people, not bragging, it is what it is, because a lot of businesses will submit a media request and they will get denied. I don't get denied. So if you want media to different places, we can provide you media. Of course, it'll be under the RIP Radio Network name, but I can get you there and you can record for your show however you want to do it. You don't have to rebrand anything. You can be live, pre-recorded, local, remote, whatever. If you are local here in the Orlando area, I can go anywhere. We're going to Atlanta in October for a stream, so we can do it anywhere. It's not about getting something out of something for me now. And let's go to some comments. Shout out to my man, Do Right here, Do Right Productions, y'all. Shout out to him, my boy. Just to say I have a podcast, or they love to hear themselves talk. Yeah, man. Some people love to just say they have a podcast, and that's cool. And let me just reiterate something. If you're doing this and you're doing it for fun, there's no problem with that. If you're just doing it for fun, and there's no problem with that. But I'm gearing this toward people who want to make it something, who wants to actually brand it into something. There's a lot of people who stuck in neutral for the past 5 years. They haven't gone down, but haven't gone up. And they're okay with that. And that's fine. No judgment from me. Keep doing your thing. But for people who want to elevate and go to that next level, I can help you with that. And I'm not asking you to rebrand your show under RIP Radio Network. That's not what I'm asking. Because I know a lot of people now do this and they want to be independent. They have more freedom. That's cool. What I get out of it, again, is I like to help people. I get off, pause, on the success of other people in the podcast radio industry. I love that. I've worked with several people who've blown up mainstream. Y'all know some of them. And I'm so happy for them. I've helped them along the way. I didn't do it, it wasn't all me. But I'm glad to say that I contributed a lot toward it. But at the same time, you also have to put in the work. You can't just sit back and expect somebody to pull that wagon. You got to do your fair share too. I'm going to give you criticism. It's not to be mean or anything. It's just to be straight up. If the show sucks, I'm going to tell you the show sucks. If you're boring, I'm going to tell you you're boring. If you need to have a drink to kick shit into gear, have a drink before the show. I'm just saying, things are moving in a whole different direction with this. You can't just come into this thinking that I got a good idea, this is going to work. No. Let me see some more comments, my man. Plenty of people out here who have the talent but need a little push. Yeah, a lot of people have the talent. I see it. But they have there's this thing called life. And sometimes life is life can just be a little bit too hard right now for that push you're looking for. And I get that. But the one thing I learned about doing the podcast and doing the shows, it's a good outlet. If you stress, you come do the show. Whenever. There's no set schedule. You don't have to be in the studio at a certain time. This is all on you, independent. I appreciate it, Do Right. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, there is no catch to this. Let me go on to tell you what else you have. Now, here's the thing. I am launching a website next month, or maybe the end of this month. But it's not going to be a deep website. It's going to be a one-page website. We will have our own player. Very different than a lot of the players you see on different websites. And I'll put it like that because I I don't want any. You'll see it when it's launched, but that's another outlet for you. See, here's the thing people don't understand. When you're in radio, particularly online radio or podcasting, whatever y'all want to call that shit, don't limit yourself to one platform. Don't limit yourself to just YouTube. Don't limit yourself to just Kick. Don't limit yourself to just a TikTok. Don't limit yourself to just. You need to go on all of them. You can go on all of them at the same time, or you can dedicate one show for one platform and have another show for another platform. If you look right here, right there, I have a show on TikTok called the TikTok Takedown. For many of you know, I love professional wrestling. There's an audience on TikTok for professional wrestling. And I found that out when I go live and talk about it. So what did I do? I dedicated a show for TikTok only called the TikTok Takedown. And I go live on that at least once a week. It'll be more often now. But I'm doing a whole new show, and that'll be announced shortly. I'm not limiting myself to just one platform. So spread it out. Go live everywhere. Any more advice, let me know. If you want to have media passes to different events, if you want to even become a guest on one of my shows, let me know. Come on, talk about your show. See, this is, and I'm going to say this, and this is not a knock. This is not a knock to anybody from where I used to live. It's just what it is. It's so competitive to the point where the people say everybody can eat. Number one, that is absolutely not true. You don't like it tough, that's just the fact. And number two, the people who say that are the same ones when you ask them for help don't want to give you any. So you don't leverage yourself out to that. And it's funny because I've lived down here for 2 years now in Florida, and I've gotten more support. And I don't bitch about support. And I'm going to get in that in a minute. But I've got more support in Florida in 2 years for what I've done, for what I'm doing, than most of my time up north. I'm not even going to say it's a competitive up there because I thrive in competition. I love competition. So if it is competitive, I didn't notice it. I enjoyed it. But it's a paranoid atmosphere. And that's not good for business. So once you expand and stop localizing your show or localizing whatever you do, because when you want to grow your product, your family's already listening. Your friends, for the most part, are listening. You got them. You got them in the bag. Don't focus on them. You go out and you get new people to tune in. And how do you get new people to tune in? Number one, you got to be entertaining. And number two, you have to market your stuff. And again, as I said before, if you are perfectly fine with being neutral, no problem. No hate from me. You do what you want to do. But I'm here to help. Let me tell you what else that we're going to do. We're going to be doing live events. And one of the things with what I have and the new production stuff I have here is that we're going to do an event in multiple cities, or at least in 2 cities at one time. And it will be streamed live. I'll tell you when. Probably going to be in Atlanta in October. But I'll tell you when, and I'll tell you how that's going to happen. But we can collab on that. Whatever city you're from, we can be doing a live event. I'm not just talking about you're sitting at home in your studio and we're doing a virtual show. No, I mean an actual out and about event. So I'll get into that. But I wanted to give you kind of the overall thing that I'm going to do. You keep what you have. You don't need to change your branding whatsoever. All I ask is that be open to work. Don't be worried about anything. I don't want anything of yours. I don't want you splitting no revenue. Don't worry about that. That's not what I want. I want to see your show thrive. I want to see your podcast or your show go up. And the satisfaction that I get out of that is just knowing I had a little bit something to do with that. That's it. Let me go back and see if we had any more comments. So, if there are any questions and you need help with anything, production, advice, if you need to go live on one of my platforms, you let me know. We can do that. I think Chip Chat, something similar to that on I'm at Mike and up there up north. Show is called Chip Chat, and every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. on Beltway Radio. If y'all go to the Facebook page, Beltway Radio. He also streams his show on New Orleans Talk Network, I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how you expand your show. And what I want to do is help you do that. There's a lot of creative ideas I have, and if I can just meet with you and determine where you want to go and your personality, I can pretty much develop a game plan for your show, and we can make it work. There's a lot of other details I want to give, but I only want to give those to the people who are actually interested in joining up and doing this. There's a lot of equipment, new equipment. There's a lot of expansion that's about to happen. There are a lot of people already coming on to the team. I got a show tomorrow with my boy Nate, and we got some announcements there. So you tune in tomorrow. I think we're starting at 3. It'll be on YouTube. There's another show that I have. A friend of mine, her name is Desiree. It's called Facts Over Feelings. We don't take any sides. We just present the facts, and the facts will lead us into whatever side we take. There's no partisan. I'm not on one side. I'm not on the other side. I'm on the side of facts. And if the facts take us to the opposite side, then the facts take us to the opposite side, and vice versa. So check that out. We're going to be playing a lot of games on that channel. On that show. So you definitely want to check that out. But that's it. I didn't want to hold y'all too long. Again, for those who have my number, text me if you want help. On Facebook, you can DM me. Same thing with Instagram, TikTok, all of that. So thank y'all. I can't believe I'm live on Facebook. This is the first time I've been live on Facebook in a long time. But regardless, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. And For those who are interested in this and want more details, send me a message, a DM, a text, contact me. We'll talk. I'll tell you even more about what we're doing. But I just want you to be clear. I'm not looking to rebrand your show. I'm not looking to put you under the RIP Radio Network banner. Just want to help your show grow. That's it. And when somebody offers services like this in these days and times, I understand it can be suspicious. People think people are always up to something because nobody does something or offers something genuine without something being behind it. I get it. Contact me. We'll get into details. Money, we're not worried about money. I'll be straight up with you. The only time money will come into play is if I have to bring my equipment out somewhere to do it. Because, of course, I'm bringing my equipment. So, of course, I want to be compensated. I'm not asking, I'm not going to ask for something that will bust your head wide open. I'm not that dude. I was the same person who started before, and I wanted some grace and some mercy because I was just beginning. So I get it. So appreciate y'all on Facebook if I'm still live. Those live now, those who will watch later. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and I will catch y'all on the next time. See ya.